I'm now being joined by seasoned sports analyst Ojo Kayode, who is here to discuss sports with me. Ojo, good afternoon. It's always a pleasure having you here.
Good afternoon, Samson.
Happy New Year
to the viewers. Happy New Year to you. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Yes, it's always good having you here. Compliments of the season, by the way.
Thank you so much.
May the new year be fruitful.
Amen.
Yeah.
And you too.
Okay, let's start with football, but I think we should, start from home. Charity, they say, begins at home. The Nigerian Professional Football League made a return, and the first match. Remember, it's now an abridged, version of the season. You have Group A, Group B. Group A, Aqua United against Brendel Insurance. That should have been a routine win. Aqua being at home, nest of champions. What happened? 2-0 it ended. Insurance, the new boys, stunned them. What happened?
That's to tell you that the new season will unfold a lot of surprises.
Yeah.
Just like we are seeing in the World Cup that we experienced.
Yes.
The World Cup actually giving so many football clubs now.
But some will tell you,
belief.
sorry to butt in, some will tell you the big boys still made it, through. Apart from Morocco, Croatia were finalists last time out. France were the defending champions. Argentina, a big side, one of the favorites going to the title.
That's what I'm saying. One of these newcomers will actually spring surprising some results along the line the season, and that's one of the things we have just seen. Because I myself personally, I expected just a walk in the park for Aqua United, but of course, Bender Insurance came and it's been a while they've been in the league.
It's been a while.
So they want to make the league know that yes, they are in for business and they are not going to be a walk in the park for any of the team in this new season.
Chelsea Football Club, one win in the last 7 matches. Let's not even talk about the cup exits in the hands of Manchester City, both Carabao Cup and FA Cup. What do you think is wrong with the club at this time?
I think it's the problem now with the club should be the managerial settings. I mean, the tactical know-how. That the man seems to always act like he knows very well before he starts the match.
Okay. And
in the course of a match, he will now begin to look for a way to tweak the formation that he has started with. So that's the way I've been seeing the matches. All since.
I don't think he's responding to probably the issues on the field as the match is progressing.
And of course, he's trying to give his best to respond to the issues on the field by bringing in the players that he felt were able to change the run of play and make them get a good result.
Yes.
But of course, that same tactics you have been applying, the same way, the same approach you have been doing, and then you keep insisting on that which you are doing. The attack needs to be productive.
Yes.
We are not seeing any productivity in the attack. Or should we say because of the injury to Broja that made a whole Chelsea Football Club with the likes of Aubameyang not to be able to convert chances.
No striker as well.
Yes. So relying on Havertz to give us the goals up front. I mean, to give Chelsea the goals up front, because I'm a Chelsea fan, that's why you see me at the off. So it's a disaster for the coach to do that. It's better played that you played somebody like Havertz as a first nine or as an attacking, supporting player at the middle park. And then there will be
quickly, because we have to go in about 15 seconds. How do they resolve this? Change the manager, or the players and the ones that are not just getting the tactical input of the coach?
Change the manager.
Change the manager.
Because of course, you look at all the arrays of stars that we have, that the Chelsea team have.
A better coach will do
better for a better coach to manage them very well.
Now let's turn our attention to European football. I will have to start with the Italian Serie A. AC Milan needed to win against Roma. It was the biggest match of the Serie A week, match day rather, and it was a 2-0 lead at some point, and within 7 minutes they collapsed. They considered 2 goals to draw against Roma. That draw is costly as it has seen them slip to third behind Napoli and Juventus. Quite shocking, it must be said. It should, well, not necessarily a routine win because, it's Roma, it's a Mourinho to third side, but Milan were in the ascendancy all through. They deserved all 3 points. They played so well, they could have been 4 goals up at, that point. What went wrong for AC Milan?
It's just at the latter part of the match, like I've said, just 7 minutes to the end of the match.
Yes.
They just couldn't manage the set pieces that they were against them.
Exactly.
By the Roman team. So just few concentration and lack of man marking from those defenders are what actually resulted into all of those equalizers and the dead. And kudos to Tammy Abraham, who was able to bounce
and reacted quickly
on the rebound of that match. So it's not just about the collapse of the Inter Milan team at the latter part of the match, but at least you also give it to the Roman who keep fighting until when they get the equalizer at the dead.
Let's move away from there now and talk about Spanish La Liga. The defending champions Real Madrid suffered a shock loss to Villarreal. It wasn't meant to be that way, but hey, who says offsets aren't part of the game? Villarreal Moreno getting the winning penalty, and what a drama it was. You know, Madrid were down. They won the penalty, which some people, you know, have argued shouldn't have even been awarded, but as a result of the handball rule, it was awarded. Benzema, you know, did the needful converting, and within the space of 2 minutes or less, you know, they considered same way, although this time it was a slip from Alaba. But is this loss a dent on their confidence, because they've lost the top spot to Barcelona? And how do you think this loss affects them going forward, especially in the title race?
But many a times when you are on, going higher in your as a team in the league, and then at the point you have this kind of little distraction that makes
bleep,
kind of, and then it makes you to checkmate yourself. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we not doing right that we need to do? And that's what actually happens to Ancelotti football clubs that I have already known from in the past. So I believe that this defeat is a wake-up call for them to actually check themselves for the second half of the season, so that they will know that every of the match they are playing against, which I believe they know, is that every team want to defeat them. They want to win them because they are the defending champions. And then they have their rivals that is doing everything possible, have been distracted from the rigors of Champions League. And now they are focusing basically more on the league for them to claim the title. So I believe it's going to be a wake-up call for them. Going forward, we should see a better result
from
and much 3 points from their next matches. Okay.
Well, for Accra rivals Barcelona, they were able to take advantage of that. It was a difficult game at the Wanda Metropolitano. Well, that name has changed. Sorry, Civitas Metropolitano. You know, for Atletico Madrid, and it was Barcelona who ran out winners, courtesy of Dembele's strike. Now they are now 3 points clear of their Accra rivals Real Madrid, who are now second. This was a much-needed win for Barcelona, and they had to grind it out. It was a bit nasty, but they got the job done. This builds confidence going forward. How do you think the title race will be decided?
Of course, reflecting on that match, you have to look at the wastefulness of the Atletico Madrid attacker, especially Antoine Griezmann, who had several opportunities that he could have converted to level the scoreline and even give them a turnaround in the match. But you also give kudos to the Barcelona team for that brilliant goal. You see how they build it between Gavi, Pedri, and then last to Dembele, who made it looks like it's a simple kind of goal. But in all of their performance for that match, they were solid at the back, and at the middle they exhibit the strength that is needed for them to go forward in the season. And that's why we also give kudos to the Xavi led coach. Because in the absence of Lewandowski, they were still trying to push through in such a match like that. So, and that's what you need from any football club that will win the league title in Spain. So you have to be able to know how to grind it out without your star man. Just like Real Madrid not being without Benzema, and they know how they are going to cope. That's what happened to Barcelona, and I feel they should be able to give Real Madrid a run for their money this season.